Hey everybody, welcome back. This is part 11 of working with numbers in the operators and methods unit. So now we're going to talk about absolute value. So absolute value is essentially like the distance from zero a number is. So if it's negative, it's essentially the non-negative version, and if it's positive, it's just basically the number right back. So let's go ahead and notice that we have a typo in this one, which we'll fix. And so can't have this there. That's going to fail. Actually, let's go ahead and leave it in there and see what kind of error we get, because it never hurts to have a look at errors. So let's see what it says. Absolute value applied, eval machine, syntax error missing, what would you call it? Close parentheses after argument list. So essentially what's going on there is that when it solved the semicolon, it's like, hey, there's supposed to be one of these before that semicolon, and so I'm going to tell you that there's a missing close parentheses. So if we delete that, and get rid of the superfluous semicolon, we can hit run, and it'll tell us that the absolute value of negative 295 is 295. So with that sorted out, let's come back here. Again, the actual real-world examples for these are not they're not that great. And the reason is that absolute value is one of those things where the application of it in a program is rather context specific. It usually has to do with if you're trying to find the difference between two numbers, but you don't really care like which direction the difference is going. So this is kind of trying to simulate that one is at position 5 and something else is at position 300. And what we would consider is that the difference is equal to position 1 minus position 2. Now that's going to be this line 3, negative 295. But let us consider that we don't want a negative number for this. We only are considering like a positive difference, because it doesn't matter that the distance is going negatively, because in a real world situation, or at least a model of a real world situation, it doesn't really matter if we're just trying to consider the magnitude of the difference, which is why line 4, we're going to assign that to be math.abs of difference. So now that we run this, we're going to see again that the magnitude of the difference is 295. So hopefully that's not too esoteric, or I think esoteric means something like, without real-world examples. If it doesn't, then don't worry about either of that. So we're going to complete a function that takes in one number parameter and returns the absolute value of said parameter. Your function should create a variable and assign it to the result of applying math.abs method to the input parameter, then return that variable. Below are examples of the code running, assuming that you will have completed the described function, get absolute value. You guessed it, we are going to copy our stub over. We are going to go grab our test cases in this case, and we're going to follow the pseudocode. So create a result variable, assign it to the absolutely value. That's a typo, but I'm going to leave it. ABS of num, and then we're going to return result. So this grabs the absolute value of the number, assigns it to the result variable, and then we return result, provided we spell it correctly. Hit run, we should get 56 and 127. We do. So let's go ahead and grab our completed function, come back to the input window, paste it, and we are in, I told myself I was going to remember those synonyms from that page, but I can't remember any of them. I think one of them was a droit, A-D-R-O-I-T, which I think is a French word that means something kind of like good. So we're in that kind of shape. Oh, well, not yet. We haven't run the tests. Now we are in that kind of shape. So excellent work. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.